up, fellow quacks? In today's video, I'm going to be doing a journal spread with Arrtx's 48 acrylic marker set.
She has a beauty face and a fussy smile. The skills are so fine. Heavy makeup and nail polish is a great test of art. We having right a special queen. Nobody suspects. Clever brain and poker face, but watch your step.
This spread in particular is dedicated to Pulcella Squeezebox because it's in my love journal, which is a journal dedicated to things that I love.
Time is out. Showing the trick, alright.
If you've never heard of Pulcella Squeezebox, well, now you have. They're a band that creates music called Shibuya Kei, and Shibuya Kei is a music genre that originated in Japan, and I'm probably going to put a definition on the screen. It's an amazing music genre. I recommend you guys listen to it. It's underrated in my opinion. It kind of has like a cult following, and it sort of made a resurgence recently. I think one song in particular from Sarani Poji, My Friend, the Smiley song, which is Shibuya Kei, that kind of became like an animation meme a few years ago. That's become a thing, and I think some other songs are becoming popular. I really do recommend you guys listen to Shibuya Kei music because it's really good. It has this like really interesting sound that's like both modern and upbeat but also vintage at the same time. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, yeah, it's kind of a product of its time, but also I feel like it's timeless in a way. And plus, like, Squeezebox is just, their music in particular just hits different, and it makes me sad because I haven't been able to find an artist that's been able to like replicate that similar vibe, or like that has that same sort of energy that I'm looking for in music. And it makes me sad because they really haven't made music in ages. I'm not sure if they're going to make music ever again. I really hope that they do, because that would make me really happy. They've only made like 3 albums, I think, and also they made a song for SpongeBob, which I think is pretty neat. So yeah, the album that introduced me to Pulcella Squeezebox was their album, which was like, I forgot the name, but it's the album where it sounds like if you just took the entirety of Saturday morning cartoons and then you just made it into music. That is what it sounds like. I remember hearing it for the first time, and I dropped my jaw. I was like, oh, this is amazing music. I love it. I love this so much. It's my favorite album ever. Like, it's definitely like in my top 10. I mean, I don't really have like the best music taste ever, but like, so obviously my standards aren't super duper high, but like, it's just an amazing album. I love it so much. I think another artist that kind of had like a similar vibe, that now that I'm thinking about it, or album, was Wake Up Fake Pop or something like that by Pulcella. I think that's like another album that has a similar energy with that Saturday morning cartoon poppy, very colorful energy that I love it so much. So I really wanted to replicate that by having the spread be very bright and colorful, using mainly primary colors. I also found this art of the girl on the album cover that I didn't know it existed because I never really looked it up. But yeah, I think it's like one of the singers of the band, because they were like a trio or something like that. So I just kind of cut her out and put her on there. And then also I just had some other stuff. I also printed out these Tamagotchis, even though it's like unrelated, but I don't know, like, it feels like the early 2000s is coming back kind of, and Tamagotchis have been kind of popular for a bit. I think it's because like the whole 2000s, but also like the Jumino core aesthetic. And so I kind of just wanted to have that just as part of the spread, because I was feeling like it was a little empty. And the stuff that I did with the markers themselves was more of just like embellishments rather than like actual art, because when it comes to journaling, I don't really do too much. I mean, I do draw sometimes, but I don't try to make it perfect. The whole point of journaling is like primarily to write my feelings or to make collages of how I'm feeling or whatever. And then sketchbooks, it's more about drawing and collaging, but more for like art itself rather than just like my emotions. I had a bit of trouble distinguishing my sketchbook, my journal for a bit, because they are similar and I do draw on both of them, and I do use a lot of like resources for like collaging in both of them. But I think with my journals, I'm going to be dedicating more of like stick figure stuff and more like I don't know, old-ish art in there rather than my sketchbooks. My sketchbooks are more about drawing. So that's to keep it balanced, because I don't want my sketchbooks to like, I don't want to use them less, because I have been a little less motivated to draw recently, but I've been journaling more, which I guess is something, but whatever. It's just one of those things. It's been a nice hobby to develop. I mean, it's a creative thing, and it's technically just me drawing, but like with writing extra, and it's been weird writing. Like I haven't written too much in a while, so writing again is been an experience. My handwriting is still pretty bad. I didn't write anything on these spreads, and also I was taking inspiration from this one person I saw on Instagram. I'm gonna put her name on the screen. I got inspired by how she did like block letters and how she kind of does her spreads, because I thought the way it looked was really cute. So that's kind of what I did. I think I used the Arrtx markers more on the second spread rather than the first. But I will say that they did go over the other paper materials pretty well. So I guess that's a plus, because I was a little worried it was gonna like rub off, but it actually stayed on pretty well and it was pretty bright. So I was like, okay, that's good. So it can adhere to like more shiny and thicker paper and not rub off once it dries, but you just have to be careful of smearing, because that is, you know, it's a factor. Anyway, so on the second thread, I kind of made a bit of a whoopsie. So I was taking lyrics from one of the Pulcella-Lulu Squeezebox songs from the Cartoon album, and I picked something random. It was from the song called The Martin Show. It's spelled kind of weird, like the A is capitalized for some reason. I don't know. It's more of a stylistic thing. Anyway, so one of the lyrics was "Make Merry Loud." I don't know what that means, but I just thought it was interesting. I thought it would make for a nice little center thing. So I colored everything out in markers, but like the problem was that for Mary, I forgot that Mary isn't 4 letters, it's 5. So you'll see that I kind of screwed up, but I fixed it though. I fixed it. It was an easy fix, thankfully. And I didn't mind if it was too messy, because like the whole point was that it wasn't supposed to be pristine. And that's another thing with my journals, is that I try not to have them be too perfect. I've been seeing a lot of journals and getting inspiration from them, but they're all so clean. And like the only journals that are like more messy are junk journals. I'm not against junk journals or anything. It's just, it'll be nice to see journals that are more like the types I'm doing, that are also kind of messy and chaotic rather than just all pretty pristine and they have that clean aesthetic. Nothing against it, I do like it, but it's like I kind of want that balance, you know? Anyway, so yeah, for the second spread, I really didn't do too much that was crazy. I just kind of added the other Tamagotchi cutouts on there, and I added a bit more of like the Arrtx markers for like embellishments. I mean, the main focus was on the letters themselves. I don't know what it is about block letters, but it is so appealing to me. I love adding the little outlines and stuff. It's so visually nice. I think it's just the mix of the colors and whatnot that just really appeals to me. I was really trying to emphasize the cartooniness of it, so I hope it kind of came through. I really liked the block letters on the first spread where I spelled out tune. Also, the tune letters, they kept lifting up, which is really annoying. So I had to keep fixing it, which was very irritating, and I feel like I bent the letters so they don't look too great. That was another thing, is that the glue kind of messed up certain parts of it. I don't think it's too visible since it dried, but it was definitely annoying in the moment. I hope this video gave you guys some inspiration. A lot of people have been saying that these videos have been, like, in general, my videos have been very inspirational and like giving them art ideas and whatnot. So hopefully this helps, and I hope the idea of like a love journal is like something that you guys might try doing. I don't know if that's like a thing or whatever. I have another journal, but I haven't really done much in that either. It's called a commonplace book, and it's more about just like writing random things that you found or something like that down. It's kind of like a journal for like your thoughts, not about personal things necessarily, but just like, for example, if you found like a fun fact, but you didn't know where else to put it, or you had no idea what to do with this fun fact, you write in your commonplace journal. So it's something like that, basically. So maybe I might do a video in like commonplace journal. Like I said though, these journals are more of like a cumulative thing that I plan to finish by the end of the year, rather than something I want to do quickly. If you guys want to see more journaling content, let me know. Once again, Arrtx, thank you for sponsoring me, and I'll see you quacks later.